Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I just want to give a huge thanks to everyone who's liked the video, subscribed, commented, everyone who says hey out on the trail. It's getting really hard to go for a bike ride now without running into somebody who knows me through the channel, which is kind of fun. So yeah, just a big shout out to you guys. Thanks so much for the support. So yeah, this year I thought it might be kind of a cool idea to do a favorite products video of 2021. Some of these products I've been using a little bit longer, but seeing as this is like the first video I'm doing in this sort of vein, we're just gonna call them favorite products of 2021. I'm kind of a nerd. I love trying new stuff. This is by no means scientific either. So these are just products that have stood out to me, that work for me, and that I quite like, and that I will probably buy again. So if any of you are thinking of picking up any of these products, I will leave links to everything in the description below. All right, so let's get started. And just to mention, like, these aren't really in any necessary order of like what I think is the best. I'm just sort of randomly gonna list things off. So first, I wanted to talk about the Physique Gravita Tensor shoe. In the past, I've been sort of pretty much committed to Shimano shoes and pedals. And this season, I thought I'd try out something different. And honestly, I was very pleasantly surprised. These shoes are stiff, they're light, they're also breathable, which is really nice. And they also offer a pretty substantial amount of protection, which is great. All right, so next up we have the Smith Mainline Full Face Helmet. This thing is killer. It's super light, very breathable, and it still feels pretty darn safe, which is key. As many of you know too, I do ride the lift quite a bit, but I also like to climb a lot. And I generally do 1 to 2 to 3 pedal laps before a downhill day at Camp Fortunes. So having a helmet that is super protective and breathable is key because it is super hot in the summer now. So yeah, this helmet has been absolutely great, and I could not recommend it enough if you're looking for something that is relatively safe, super breathable, and very light. It also has great peripheral vision too. So the next product that I'm pretty stoked on is the Garmin Instinct watch. I use this watch to record all of my rides. It's been flawless. It has almost 8 hours of battery, which is crazy. And it's super rugged and durable. So if you bang it on a tree or whatever, like, you don't have to worry about it getting scratched, or, you know, it's not pretty, so it doesn't matter. So it's been, like I said, super great. I record all my rides for the most part because I like to post my GPS data below my videos just so people know where I've been and they can follow the route if they want. So it's really handy to have something like this that is just gonna work, and I don't have to worry about it dropping rides or anything like that. So this definitely gets one of my fave products of 2021. So as some of you may know, I'm a huge fan of OneUp's products. I've got their handlebar, their dropper post remote, EDC tool and EDC light tool. I've had their stem in the past. Everything they make just looks really good. It works really well. And yeah, the EDC light tool is great because it's super handy, really easy to install, pretty light for what it is, and it doesn't cost a whole heck of a lot of money. So it's pretty hard not to buy one, in my opinion, because it's always great to have a set of Allen keys with you on your ride, at least. All right, so next up we have the RockShox Magnag Air Can Upgrade Kit. Say that 10 times fast. So I put this on the Super Deluxe Select Plus that came stock on my Norco site, and I find it just gives the back of the bike just a little bit more of a plush feeling, I guess. It significantly increases the negative air chamber volume, and basically how I have it set up right now, I think I'm running 2 volume spacers in the positive chamber, and then I'm running 1 band in the negative. The best way I can describe it is it makes it feel a little bit more coil-like. So super soft off the top, but I rarely bottom out, which is super cool. So for those of you who really like to mess around with their suspension, try different tuning options and whatnot, it's a pretty easy install. If I can do it, you could probably do it. And it's also not super expensive, so it's a great way to upgrade your rear shock for not a lot of money. So as you know, enduro riding, downhill riding is really hard on your rims and tires, and your bike and your body, but really your rims and your tires. So the next product that I want to highlight is CUSHCORE, because I've been using it for the past couple of years and it has saved me so much money in rims and tires. It's crazy. The place where I ride normally is Camp Fortune, and it's pretty much just rocks. There's not a whole lot of dirt. And it's nuts. Like, there is so much carnage in terms of rim breaking and tire slashing and all that craziness. So CUSHCORE really helps with that, and I would 100% recommend it if you do ride somewhere that is pretty gnarly and not super flowy. I know some people are gonna say, but Chris, it weighs so much. But honestly, I think that is a fair trade-off for the amount of money you're gonna save in tires and rims. All right, so while we're on the topic of wheels and tires, the next product I wanna showcase are the We Are One Union carbon wheels. These have been amazing. I picked them up at the beginning of the season and they have survived a whole year riding at Camp Fortune, which is pretty nuts. I've cracked a few rims in the past few years and yeah, I'm just blown away by how durable and good feeling these rims are. Sounds weird. Carbon wheels can be pretty stiff. These I find have a little bit more compliance, a little bit more flex, and they have kind of almost a dampened ride feel. And that is super nice because you don't feel like you're getting pinged around in all like the chunky rocky sections. Another key thing with these wheels is they're made in Canada, which is awesome. The rims are hand laid in Canada. Everything's assembled at their factory. They have a lifetime warranty, which is crazy. So you crack your rim, you can send it right back. Like I said, I haven't busted one yet, but I've had a few buddies who've cracked one and they've had a new rim within the week. They also come stock with Industry 9 hubs. I have the 101s, but you can also get them with Hydras. I find the 101s have plenty of engagement for me. 1,600 bucks for carbon rims made in Canada, laced to Industry 9 hubs is a pretty killer deal. Not to mention that they do have that lifetime warranty. So these definitely get a shout out in my books. I know I said I wasn't gonna list these products in any particular order, but if I had to pick one product that I was the most stoked on this year, it would have to be the 2022 Norco Range. The Range is by far the most confidence-inspiring, capable bike that I've ridden to date. Yes, it's slow on the climbs. Yes, there's drag from the idler pulley, but honestly, the sensation that you get when you descend is unlike anything I've experienced before, and it's definitely worth those trade-offs. So the first time I had the Range, it was in a size large, and I really wanted to get my hands on a medium to try out as well. So I ended up messaging Norco again, and they agreed to send me another demo bike, but in a size medium. And then I took this bike to Sentiers-du-Moulin for a 4-day trip. And it's funny, I had like immediate regret. I was like, oh boy, this bike's gonna be too big. I don't think it's gonna be fun there because there's a lot of climbing. And boy, was I wrong. That bike really held its own. It just ate it up. Like, sure, yeah, it was a little bit more work on the climbs, but I was putting in 30, 35 kilometer days and it just ripped. Like, it was such a fun time. Full disclosure, I do have a frame on its way to me and I will be filming a little bit of a dream build video at some point. Also, if you want to see my first impressions review of the Norco Range, click one of the links above. I don't know where it's gonna end up yet. All in all, I can't say enough good things about the Norco Range, and I can't wait to build up my own and really put it through its paces next season. All right, so that wraps things up for my favorite products of 2021. I hope you liked the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I just want to say thanks again for all your support and see you out on the trails and have a happy new year.